Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Before we move on, please consider subscribing my channel. And today we are going to talk about how we can identify our soulmate through Vedic astrological chart. So before we move on to how you can identify your soulmate through your Vedic astrological chart, I'm going to tell you what soulmate is. So there are several videos on YouTube talking about the soulmate, but what soulmate is according to the ancient knowledge or Vedic astrology or Jyotish, if you say so. So the soulmate is a person whom you meet once, or you talk to that person, or if you are in a relationship with that person, you will find out that there is some sort of connection between you and that person. Regardless what that person is, that person could be completely opposite to you. That person might be a complete different person than what you are. That is a different thing. Soulmate is not that the person is going to be same like you. However, that person is going to have similar sort of interest like you have. That person is going to have similar sort of life events that you have. So interests and the events actually overlaps. So that is the soulmate connection. So now let's move on to how you can identify if the person whom you are in relationship with is your soulmate or not. Let's talk about it. So first we will check the position of the Venus in both the chart. If one person's Venus is in quadrant or in trine with the other person's Venus, then it could possibly be a soulmate connection. Venus is one of the most important factor because it signifies love, romance, and if Venus is in quadrant or in trine with the houses, not the sign, I'm strictly talking about the houses, and you can see on your screen the examples of the both, the quadrant and the trine in front of you. Although trine placement is preferable connection in Vedic astrology when it comes to the Venus, the second indicator is the moon sign, not the house, the moon sign, because moon is of course your mind, and where the moon is placed, in which sign it is placed, and how many signs is your partner's moon away from you, that is one of the most important factor when it comes to the soulmate connection. So if moon is in quadrant or trine to each other's moon with respect to the sign, then it is another soulmate indicator. For example, if moon is in Aries and your partner's moon is in Capricorn, it signifies another example of soulmate connection. Another example, if moon is in Libra and your partner's moon is in Aquarius, it is trine from each other. So we can say it is a soulmate connection. These are some minor indicators in a chart. Now let us discuss the major ones. If your Jupiter aspects their ascendant or vice versa. For example, there are two charts in front of you. First is of a person A and second is of a person B. You can see the person A has Jupiter in the sign of Leo, in the Leo ascendant. So now from here Jupiter is going to aspect three signs, that is going to be Sagittarius, Aquarius and Aries. And if you see, the second person is an Aries ascendant. So one person's Jupiter is actually aspecting the other person's Lagna or the ascendant. So this is one of the greatest indicator of soulmate connection, one of the significant indicators of a soulmate connection. Another significant parameter is the placement of Jupiter and Venus opposite to each other. For example, you can see on your screen the person A has Jupiter in the first house in an Aries ascendant, and the other person has the Venus in the 7th house. So this is forming the first and the seventh axis for the Jupiter and the Venus. Whenever these two placements are found, whenever Jupiter is seventh from your partner's Venus, then it is one of the strongest indicator of soulmate connection. And it is not just by the house, it is also by the sign. For example, you can see in front of you there are two charts. One person has Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius and the other person has Venus in the sign of Leo. Though these two people are completely different ascendant and they are not forming the first and seventh axis by the house, but they are certainly having a connection with the signs. So whenever Jupiter is in seventh from by the house or by the sign against the Venus, then it is certainly a soulmate connection, or you can say it is one of the strongest indicator of a soulmate connection. There are several other indicators of our soulmate in our birth chart. It is hard to list all of them in a single video. Also, a chart has to be looked individually to make accurate predictions. Why? Because a chart is like a fine thumbprint that you must read with utmost care and with the utmost responsibility. So just do not make things that okay, this person has this and that and that. There are several other factors, but keep these things in mind. These things are definitely going to help you to find out if the person is your soulmate or not. Press the like button to show the support. Please write in the comment section what you like about the content. Also tell me what you will like to see next. If you want a personalized consultation, you can click any of the link in the description box. Till then, Karthik is Singh from Bharni Astrology signing out.